Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The new Twist season has started, have you noticed? It's now the Wonders XL format, so the same Wonders format, only old expansions, but this time with a twist that you can use 30 to 40 cards in your deck, and your starting health will be the same. So if you run a 40 card deck, you will start at 40 health. And the new meta, well, there's not many stats available, so it's still kind of difficult to say which decks are the best ones. All the best ones from the previous season were nerfed at the end of the season. The new season has begun, and it looks like there's a lot of 40 card decks out there. 40 card Handlocks looks really strong. There's some rogue decks, 40 card rogue decks even, Jade rogue decks that are looking quite strong. And then there is this one. This one is only running 30 cards, but this was really good. This deck was built by Electric Sheep City, and they played this all the way to Legend. And yeah, it's a Handbuff Paladin. So you build big stuff and you hit face. And it makes good use of the new cards, Timeless Blessing and Bronze Dragon Knight. Because Bronze Dragon Knight Belgrave, this has 5 or more attacks, summon a copy of this. And Timeless Blessing just makes stuff in your hand. Some of that stuff really big, some of that stuff a little bit smaller. But obviously you also have smaller buffs like Smuggler's Run, and you have Grime Street Outfitter, and you have the Grime Street Enforcer as well. So you have a bunch of hand buffs, especially Timeless Blessing, which is hugely important. And then you make huge Bronze Dragon Knights, you make big Echoing Oozes. Sometimes you can brand out an Ooze or Dragon Knight to get even more of those. You can make really big Quicker Frame Burn Bristle to defend. That's Taunt and Divine Shield and Lifesteal. And you can make really big charge minions, like huge Leroy Jenkins that just end the game. Huge low depth that locks the opponent out for a turn and then ends the game. Stuff like that can happen. This deck has been a blast to play. What I found out, I played like, 15 games with this, and Discard Warlock is the weak matchup. Discard Warlock was pretty awful with this deck, to be honest. Discard Warlock's really strong against this one. I didn't meet many Discard Warlocks though, and I met more Handlocks, and this was really good against Handlocks. So as for the mulligans with this deck, you're looking for your buff cards and you're looking for your buff targets. Ideally, you will have a mix of both. Like sometimes you get only buff targets and that's not very useful. You can't also keep a ton of just buffs. But Timeless Blessing and Bronze Dragon Knight are probably the most important cards. So I would start by keeping those and building around them. And this is what it all looks like in action. Maybe I'll try with those. Let's see. Thing is just that if I can't find hand buffs, then the Ooze doesn't do anything. So
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Aggressive Hunters. Well, I think I need to go Wicker Flame into Enforcer into Bran Ooze. See how that goes. Now there could be some other alternatives. I could get a bigger Lifesteal Taunt later on. I can just play Bran here. They probably will have to respond to Bran. That will buy me some time. Hi, Meyer. Well, it's going okay. What is there not to like? Alright. No respect for the brand, then. Brand can kill that one. It's going to be fine. We have the big Divine Shield Lifesteal Taunt. There's still stuff that we can do. And we have some 4/5s as well. We can do these now. This Divine Shield Taunt minion should definitely hold the Hunter back. I don't think they run Hunter's Mark. Yes. So getting my Lifesteal Taunt to be big instead of sacrificing it early on. Definitely worked out in that game. I guess we have played around with Rooney enough. Rooney wasn't that great. Okay, all we need is some handbuff cards. We have the handbuff targets. Oh, that's a handbuff card right there. I might go for a pair of 2 3s on 2. Get to Keveli. Hey, thank you for the sub. Oh boy, that deck. That's a fun deck. We need the Uzis out there. They could have a Murloc War Leader next to buff this up. Anyfin Paladin.
The end is coming.
I can always silence that. I think I want to kill the bluegill, because there's ways for them to make the bluegill better. I don't want that to happen. Hi, Diano.
Come with me into the future.
They got to discover a location. Wonderful, wonderful. If they can find the AoE clear location, then that's actually really good for their deck. Not so good for mine, but good for them. I'm just whiffing now. These draws are really not going my way at the moment. But what can I do? I can hit them in the face and hope for the best. These don't have 5 attack yet, so they're not active. Oof. That's a nice enter the Colosseum. Then that might have broken my client. I told you this would happen. But we made it back on time. The professional Hearthstone player. This is how you play the game as a pro. Alright, let's see. But the control deck has too many cards, I believe. They will survive. That wasn't a bad choice for them either. The Ruins. They still have another Enter the Colosseum left. They still have the Pyromancers left. I think they have the resources to clear the boards. All the boards. One of the few decks in this meta, by the way, that can do that. Most of the decks don't have that sort of removal options as Anyfin Paladin has. Okay. They could do Equality to be used with Finja. It's quite a decent chance that they will. I'm really expecting an Equality here. I need to do something like this, and this will need to trade one of those away. But these will need to push that 10 damage in, because if I don't push in the damage, I just will lose anyway. But kind of expecting some kind of an Equality play. Okay. It was always possible, even though it wasn't as likely. They must still have an Equality to go with that. Which they do. Yeah. Well, that was the worst case scenario. But okay. That happens sometimes, you know. So I think I need to play it like this. Kill one of these Murlocs here. Because now Now they have to have anything can happen that's inverted by the ruins to be able to resurrect. Otherwise they can only do it next turn. If they have the cheap anything, then they win here, but if they don't, they can still win next turn. Because I don't have lethal. And that's a problem. I don't have lethal. But that's a good card to have. That's a good card to have. We'll do a hand show coin load up. Alright. So they need the inverted Anyfin, but if they had that, they would have won last turn. So they don't have that. They can't afford to play an equality. And this is way too much damage. Yes. Go, Handbuff. Alright. This God Warlock is the bane of this deck's existence, isn't it? Maybe this is not Discard Warlock? No, this is not a Discard Warlock at all, of course, they have 40 health. So this is a Handlock. Yeah, so that's actually a Handlock right there. Siphon Soul. Okay, well, Coin Siphon Soul means that they're a bit low on cards now. And that's actually good. Because then they might not even have an answer to Grime Street. If you don't have an answer to Grime Street, well, then this stuff is just going to start growing. They did not have an answer to Grime Street. Not yet, anyway, but they could from the Kazagos Potion. This Acolyte. I can hero power and trade that away. Right. Buffing up our charge damage there. So far everything is fine. Alright. Kill off that one. One Argent Commander with Divine Shield. I think I like my 6-4 with charge. Smacked him in the face a little. Let's try this approach.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
That's so much stuff. I'm considering whether Zero Cost Molten is a problem for me or not. I mean, that's a serious question. Is it even a problem for me? And I think a Zero Cost Molten is not a problem. But we'll see, maybe it is. We'll find out soon. We're about to find out. Because I have charge and I have silence. Well, they had Reno. That's not bad. 13 plus 4, 17 damage now. I think it's time to discover a location from the future.
Come with me into the future.
Under a 3 cost minion, I don't think it's going to be enough. We need to draw the cards. I believe we want to keep pushing here. And no hero power. Alright. They could have a Twisting Nether in that deck. It's possible. I think pushing them down to 15 is the move here. Let's see. They still have the Kazakos potion. If it's a 10-cost potion, it cannot be used yet. So it's a 5-cost potion. See about the buffs. 10-9 Iron Beak Owl. Losing an owl like that is unfortunate. I'm fully expecting a mass polymorph or something like that.
That belongs in a museum. Who knows what secrets will uncover? Come on, we're slaying an old god. We're slaying an old god. We're slaying an old god. You better sleep with the fishes.
Let's see. Kazakos potion has been seen. Twisting Nether has been seen. Shadow Flame. I still had a Shadow Flame. Well, and I missed the Bronze Dragon Knight with the buff. That's unbelievable. I needed to play it. I just needed to play it. That's the only conclusion that I can come to. Is that I actually had to play it there. Turns out that we win anyway. Oof. Because of 13 attack Leroy. Alright. Oof. Yeah, I know that Don can, but probabilities. First I would have to draw Don, then it would have to be able to hit that minion, and then it would have to all happen in the time frame that matters. Very unlikely. I can't just keep a pair of Uzis. Even keeping one Uzi is a little questionable.
Who goes there?
Our mateys. Well, this is a coin outfitter. It's probably a Jade rogue, but I still need to be ready. Sad times with the patches in hand. But that happens sometimes, you know. Need to trade that away now before they equip a weapon. Try to get some tempo from the ooze. Then we can go in with the Acolyte. Like, so far so good. Got some tempo from my ooze. And get the Acolyte out there. I want to kill a 1/1. I don't see a reason, really. Let's just hit face. Pow and pow. More of these Dragon Knights, yeah, why not? So I can now do a trade like this here. Acolyte can get a card for me. Acolyte drawing a card is fine. Where hand buffs? I can turn this into a tree now. Well, I will have some stuff. Right, random card. Ah, that was a pretty good random card. Load up to prevent any kind of sprint plays. I guess we'll give it a try. But my hand buffs, they are not here. Where are my hand buffs at? There my hand buffs at. Who's got the smallest buff? I mean, it's still the card that I will play here. We'll smack some face. We have ran into Dragon Knight now. What's that move? Just giving up? Just giving up. Alright. Yes. Alright. So discard Warlock is really like the problem. Because they are a little too fast. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.